How would we know if we were moving at near light speeds? If I am walking 5 kilometers height in a train that is moving 100 kilometers height, I'm really moving 105 kilometers height relative to the Earth. But the Earth is moving 107,000 kilometers height relative to the Sun, so in a way I'm moving 107,105 kilometers height. But our solar system is moving 200,000 kilometers through the Milky Way, so add that also. Etc., etc., etc. Now I realize that the speed of light is the fastest anything can move. And I know that time changes depending on the speed you are going. But I have also been led to believe that the object that is moving at great speed is experiencing time slower than those moving slower, yet to the object itself time still seems to move the same, while the outside world from its perspective seems to speed up. 1. Since speed is relative and there is no fixed point to use as a speed of 0, if a planet was already moving at near light speed relative to another point in space, how would its inhabitants even know that they were moving that fast? 2. If I, along with my world, was already moving this fast, would my interpretation of light speed still just be an additional 300,000 kilometers relative to me? 3. What does this mean for the passage of time on other planets that are moving at a different speed through the universe relative to Earth? Yes, you move at all these different speeds at the same time. Speed is relative, you don't have a single speed, you have a different speed for each object taken as reference. For the passage of time, it means different objects have different passage of time relative to you. You can age 2 years relative to one planet, and 5 relative to another, because that second planet aged 3 years relative to the first. Our solar system is moving 200,000 kilometers through the Milky Way. I think you meant 200 kilometers. If we were moving 0.99 c and passed by an object moving quite a bit slower, it would be a huge Doppler shift from blue, as it approaches, to red, as it exits. Thus, either everything in the visible universe is moving the same direction at 99 c, or, the normal frame is easier. If we built a spacecraft that could go 0.5 c, head away from Earth, approach a planet that is moving away from Earth at 0.25 c, land, refuel and take off in the original direction. Accelerate to 0.5 c to another planet. Over and over again, don't worry about food and such for our crew. Eventually, the spacecraft we made here on Earth that could only go 0.5 c would be traveling away from Earth at well over the speed of light. Though it can only do 0.5 c. My head needs an aspirin. Or maybe it is on topic, but if one does manage to move at the speed of light, would you be able to see anything? Since sight is seeing the light that is reflected by objects, then wouldn't that cease to exist if you can move at the speed of light? Go to and look up Brian Cox in discussion with Jeff Forshaw on the topic of black holes and their part in understanding the universe. You can't know if you are moving at near light speed in reference to an unknown point in space and time. To you, every other body is moving.